Hey guys, welcome. Welcome. So, we were going to live stream on the new channel, but apparently you have to wait 24 hours. So we will be live streaming tomorrow, but I figured I'd finish up back where we were earlier. Come on in. Welcome. Come on in. Hey guys, come on in. Hello. All right, let's work on this train. So what I wanted to do, originally I was like, well, I'm just gonna create some squares. What's going on here? What? There we go. I was originally gonna create some cubes and just create a train track that way, but I don't want it to be messy. So I'm gonna create a really long train track in Blender. I think that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to open up Blender. And we're going to go from there. Welcome. Yeah, for those of you who are curious, yeah, we're not, the new channel, I tried to start a live stream, and apparently, you know, after creating a channel, you have to actually wait 24 hours. So I couldn't live stream. They don't let you. So, we're gonna just go ahead and live stream on this channel for today. And tomorrow we're gonna live stream on the new channel. Now let's open up Blender here. And let's create a new train track. Blender! Come on. Alright, we're gonna create a new file here. And I'm going to go ahead and scale this like crazy. This is going to be a lot of fun, actually, what we're going to do. We're going to do something like this and then scale it this way, really long. A long train track. And then we're going to take this and squash it. Actually, I think that's fine. I'm going to Command C. I'm on Mac, so it's Command, not Control. And then there's that. Okay, good. That's a little bit... I'm cool with it bleeding down, though, so the ground will be about right here. So it'll bleed down into the ground. And quite honestly, what I'll probably do is use the bool tool. Do I have bool? The bool tool. I'm going to go ahead and go to my preferences. Go to my add-ons, and we're going to get the bool tool. There we go. We're going to F3... then go to Union. There we go. Another one object. Center them up a little bit here. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, these I want to go into edit mode here. And I actually want to take the faces. The weird way of doing it, but I'm going to take the faces and I'm just going to extrude them down or scale them down, just so that. Not that much. Just so that we can sort of place it into the ground, but maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, there we go. I just want them to be safely placed in the ground, that's all. Okay. All right. I want there to be plenty of bleed, and hopefully that'll make sense when we bring it into Unity. All right, now I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to squash it. This is going to be the plank, and I believe the planks for a train track are, yeah, they're below, right? Let's take a look at a train track. By the way, me and Felipe are working on the hands right now. Felipe is really helpful. So let's type in train track 3D and take a look at what we've got. Okay, yeah. So I'm totally wrong here. The wood pieces. Yes. Okay. So the track is on the top. Gonna be something like this. Yep. And then obviously we'll squash it down, and those are just like, I see. Yeah, those are bars. But because this is a retro game, we're gonna squash this. There we go. Okay. All right. So we have these bars here, just like that. We're gonna make sure everything looks good. Okay, good. And then we're just gonna scale them up a little bit. And actually, let's set the origin to the geometry. Yep, and then scale it up. Okay. And maybe squash just a little bit more. Right, is that okay? I think it's okay. And then we're gonna bring this up here. There we go. And just squash it like this. Then another squashing. Good, okay. All right. So these are gonna go underneath it. Okay, good. Now this, I think, should be actually pretty tall. The reason why is because I'm gonna put them into the ground, right? And then we're just gonna go ahead and do a little long, so there we go. Do something like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and apply everything. The transforms everything. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. All right, we're gonna go to our modifiers here, and we're gonna add a mirror modifier. Or not a mirror. What are you talking about, Tom? We're gonna add a array modifier. And we're gonna bring it over here. There we go. G. Shift B. There we go. Okay, we're focused on this. And now we're gonna do something like that, okay? And then we're just gonna increase the count by 15. Okay, almost. And then we're just gonna keep pushing it over a little bit. 20. All right, looks like we need 40. How about 39? Yeah, perfect. Maybe pump them over just a little bit. Whoops. How about 05? 07. Here we go. And we could unwrap it, right? Can you unwrap it? I think we gotta go to edit mode. Yeah, unwrap. Unwrap. There we go. And we're gonna do cube projection. And then this one here, we're gonna unwrap these as well. And these are just gonna be cube projection. Okay, cool. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have much texture for the steel, but I do know I wanna have texture for the wood. We're gonna go into the wood, we're gonna edit mode. Let's go for the UV edit here and see how it looks. Unwrap will operate, what? There we go, okay. So let's go ahead and give this wood. Okay, that's got material wood. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the image texture. Open that up. All right. And I'm gonna go to my project folder here. Father. Unity. Assets. Go to our textures here. Pixel, and we're gonna go to the wood. Here we go, wood planks. All right, let's take a look how this looks. Just gonna wrap it properly. Now we're gonna start with this face here, and it's just one wood plank, right? That's all we're doing here. So we're just gonna put it onto this one here. Right, something like that. Is that correct? That's gonna look just fine. And we'll scale this down as well, same thing. All I want is this really pixelated face right here. All I want. Let's do Shift B, highlight where we're rotating, there we go. Okay, pretty good, scale it. All right. And by the way, guys, we have, I believe, one promo code left for today's live stream. These course sales help support my studio and fund the production of this game. And that said, I have over 1,800 students worldwide who love the course. Absolutely love the course. I have a really low refund rate. I think it's like 3 or 4% right now. Really low refund rate for the course. The course teaches how to secure funding from publishers, 6 figures of funding from publishers, and I've done that twice. And then also how to secure 6 figures in funding from Kickstarter, which I've done that twice. So I am, that's the wrong way. There we go. So if you're interested in not only learning about funding, but also how to make a game from scratch, a 2D game with C# scripts, or a 3D game, and that module actually teaches you how to make a 3D game using Playmaker and flipping assets, and that's with the help of my friend David Whaley. So if you guys are interested, and I think we usually have full-time game dev students in the chat, but if you guys are interested in learning everything I learned in going full-time, you know, quitting my job and becoming a full-time game developer, guys, it's not just simply making a game. It's actually a pretty interesting process, and I teach all of that in my course. If you're interested, use that remaining promo code below for a massive 40% off. These coupon codes get deleted after the live stream, and again, they support my studio. So thanks for well, that didn't work, did it? Thanks for being willing to listen to this ad read. And guys, if that's not for you, that's totally fine. There's also a 2D game kit that's totally free below. Feel free to check that out. I think I know what's wrong. It's a square, so it needs to look like a square. There we go. Sometimes I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, that 2D game kit, I used it to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, so feel free to download that. That's my treat to you. Okay, guys, we've got our wood planks. They look great. Let's go ahead and add the steel, but the steel is just going to be a very simplistic. There's not going to be any wrapping. It's going to be a flat color, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, guys, we've got ourselves a train track. So let's just go ahead and create a train track folder. And the reason I put each individual blend file in its own folder is because there's a lot of files associated with a blend file. There's materials, there's textures, and there's the blend file as well. All right, this is going to be called train track. Is my shirt on inside out? Nope. It is on outside in. It is good. Now let's save it. Jump back into Unity here. Okay, there's our train track. So far, so good. It looks great already. We're gonna rotate it like this. And if I have the ability to do so, I'm gonna ensure that the models are the correct scale. Now, sometimes when you're working with team members and stuff, you don't have time to wait for them to fix a model, so I'll scale it in Unity, but in my case, since I'm in Blender right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and, hang on one sec, let's turn off the lighting here. There we go. Let me put this down in here. There we go. See what I mean, guys? Now we have bleed. All right. So we're gonna scale everything up pretty significantly. Whoa, Thomas, what are you doing, buddy? Scale it up. Save it and see what happens. Good. All right, and we're gonna do let's go ahead and enter play mode to see how it looks. Size is really important, guys, especially when you're working with a minimalistic game like this, so you just want to make sure all the sizing is correct. Alright, train needs to be a little bit bigger, or train track needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Good, okay, so let's scale that up a little bit. And by the way, guys, we're going to be entering a Q&A session in about 20 minutes. Can't wait to talk to you guys. Hopefully this time we won't talk about religion and politics. Oh, man. Although, let's be honest, it's a lot of fun. But we'll talk about a lot of things, including game development, right? So that just got really effed up. What the F just happened? What? Okay. So also let's bring this train in. And guys, this is an asset. And how many of you got to watch Jason Wyman's latest video, or one of his recent videos on asset games? Or AAA games using assets. It was very informative and also very encouraging. So I appreciate Jason talking about that. Jason basically told us that it's okay to use assets. And I absolutely agree. Okay, so it looks like the train track. Fine, I guess. I'm not sure how train wheels work. But anyway, let's jump back into Blender here. And the one thing I am going to fix is these here. We're just going to bring them down. There we go. Save that out. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. So this material here, we're going to need to extract the material from the steel bars so that I can actually... that didn't work. Why not? It's frozen. There we go. Okay. So we have steel here. So steel is going to be a dark gray, just like that. And now the wood as well. Remember why I like using grayscale, guys. Why do I like using grayscale? Textures, because I can change the color inside of the actual shader. See? I could tweak it based on the level I'm on. Steel could probably go a little bit darker, so let's do that really quick. So let's make it a little bit more brown too. You know, I'm not a huge fan of adding specular, so I'm not going to. I don't like specular in my games because it just doesn't feel right. There's the train track. Man, do we need texture there? I think we do. All right. We need to fix the smoke, and this explosion is gonna... I guess it's just gonna remain here for a couple weeks. Because I really, I really like that explosion we made. And obviously we also... we really downloaded an asset and tweaked it. But okay, yeah, let's add some texture actually to that steel. So again, we're gonna go to cube. Actually, let's just do smart. I think smart is gonna do just fine for us. Yeah, no, wrong. Let's go to the image here. Image texture, and then let's open it up and see what we can find for some of our textures. Now, for those of you who are curious, some of you have already heard this, or you know this, but these textures were downloaded from the Unity Asset Store. So, but they're super low resolution. They're pixelated. So, I honestly, we can just do wood planks again. Seriously, because all I want is just some subtle pixelation. That's about all I want. And 90 degrees. Yeah, I just want some texturing is honestly what I want. Hey, that worked out nice. Seriously, let's hit save and take a look. Okay, we got to make sure we bring those in. So if you can see here, the texture didn't get added. So that's the one we want to use. So we're gonna go to steel here, and then we're just gonna drag that in. Here we go. All right, looks a lot better now. Got some subtle pixelation to it. Great. Sweet. Okay. I'm down with this train track. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a prefab variant out of this, okay? First thing I'm gonna do is add a box collider to it. Did you add? Oh, it's turned on our gizmos. For some reason I can't see the box collider. Why? Why, Frank? Why? What's going on? Edit collider. Oh, it's right there. It didn't really work. Okay. Well, we're not sure why that didn't work, but okay. We're just gonna drag it over. And then we're going to drag this over. And the reason we're using a box collider instead of a mesh collider, it should be obvious, but if it's not, that's okay. Because it wouldn't have been obvious to me just starting out. You don't want a mesh collider because a mesh collider is going to be really jagged. The player's going to be walking on it and it'll be kind of be a mess. So there we go. You don't want the player bouncing up and down as they walk on it, okay? All right, so there is our, you know, I kind of want it to be a little bit smoother though. I have a feeling the players, yeah, we're just gonna do some, what am I doing here? Sorry guys, one sec, let's take a look. I think that's okay. I don't mind if the feet go through that. Okay, so we can create a prefab variant out of this, okay? Prefab variant means that we can edit the blend file on the fly, but still keep that box collider. I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my prefabs folder here. And when it asks me, I'm gonna say prefab variant. There we go. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and paste it. Let's see here. We need to rotate it correctly. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. And we're gonna just put him over here first. And hopefully this makes sense, guys, why I decided to add some bleed to the wood. Because I want it to, see that? I want it to always go through. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna bring this one over. Here we go. Match them up. There we go. Something like that. Kind of okay with that. It's a retro game, so whatever. It looks like the ground, we actually need to edit the ground here, so let's do that really quick. We're gonna just lower it just a little bit. All right, guys, and after I do this, we're gonna do one more train piece, or two more train pieces, and just duplicate them really quickly, and then we're gonna enter a Q&A session. And be willing to prepare your questions, guys, right now. So some questions I like to answer. I particularly enjoying questions that are I have a pretty good understanding of marketing when it comes to game development, and that means how to get people to buy your game and how to get noticed. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'd love to answer some questions about that. If you guys are curious about Kickstarter or 3D game development, 2D game development, whatever, I'm down to talk about all of that. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here, and we also need to add a darkness to here, because even when you turn on the lighting and the fog, it just does that. And I want it to go to black, and I want the player to... I may just put a train in there, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. That little stone piece we might need to fix. Yeah. Actually, no, we're gonna keep that there, and then we're gonna bring this down. There we go. There we go, okay. And we'll just rotate it into the... Or move it over, actually. We're gonna move it over. There we go. So it's centered. Sweet. This is the terrain, so we need to erase that. Go to our terrain here. Actually, let's take a look here. Yeah, we got a little bit of terrain jutting out right there. So we're gonna go ahead and paint a hole. Small little hole. Go, and then one here. Okay, that should do it. Right, let's go ahead and take a look here. Not the best there, but we'll have a train blocking this entrance. See how it's smooth when I can walk over it now? That's always a good thing. And then I feel like I need to add more texture to that. And then we probably need to shift that over just a little bit, but probably need to shift this over just a tad. Let's see here. Oh, is it over here? That's the one. Center that up as well. No. Let's see here. Actually, probably rotating it is the better option. We'll rotate it a little bit like this. Good, okay. Awesome. Take that out and take a look at this one as well. This one needs to probably rotate too. Put it straight on. Yeah, we'll rotate that one just a little bit. Good, okay. And then shift it over. There we go. Maybe just a little bit. Okay. Let's hit play one more time, and then we'll enter our Q&A session. And for those of you who are joining me from the previous stream, I let everybody know, if you don't know, the new live channel, Thomas Brush IRL, that is going to be my official live streaming channel. I'm going to stop live streaming on this current channel, but I can't do that today because YouTube requires 24 hours. When you create a new channel, I have to wait 24 hours before I can stream. So be sure to subscribe below, guys, and subscribe and then hit the notification bell so that you can know when my new channel is streaming. I'll stop streaming on this channel soon enough. Okay, good. Well, I like this train track. Pretty cool. And then the train, once you get off the train, you will walk up here. Okay. All right, so let's do a couple questions in the Q&A. First off, let me know, guys. I would love to know, do you guys like Q&A sessions every once in a while? Is that something you guys are interested in? Let me know in the chat if you like Q&A sessions. Ayub says, Thomas, how do I build an audience if I'm nobody on the internet? Well, I mean, that's a question that every single person who has influence has had to grapple with. Everybody, for the most part, unless you're like a celebrity's kid or something or whatever, had to start at zero. Content religiously and consistently, daily on every single platform you can think of. Good content is video and animated GIFs, which you can just do video now that's muted. So I would do that. And make sure you're using all the right hashtags, and then also build your email press list by offering something free in exchange for an email address. By the way, guys, if you want to get my free 2D game kit, click below and it's yours. Let me answer a few more questions here. It looks like, what was the answer to the question, guys? Do you guys enjoy live stream or Q&A sessions? Yes, 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 yes. One of you wants to do it infrequently. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, good, good. So what we'll probably do is Q&A sessions every 30 minutes, and they're probably like 10 minutes long. Does that sound cool to you guys? Questions every 30 minutes, Q&A sessions every 30 minutes that are 10 minutes long. A Miro. Okay, I'm about to ban you. Do you believe a game can be a little too ambitious? Of course, because guys, we're a small team, all of us. I mean, some of us are, how many solo devs do we have out there with one hand? What I mean is with a hand emoji. Let me know it with a hand emoji. How many solo devs are out there? I'm a solo dev, but like I hire out freelancers as well, so I guess I'm not really a solo dev anymore. So yeah, just absolutely. One of the biggest problems game developers have is that they're too ambitious. What is the best way to get your game on console? Should one consider a publisher, or is there a better way? I've never ported a game to console, but all of my games are on console. The way I did it was, the first one I worked with a porting studio, and that was about $7,000. Then the next game, Neversong, I worked with a publisher. Now, typically a publisher isn't going to have an in-house team to do the console port. They're just going to hire somebody, so they're just going to pay for somebody. Oftentimes, guys, a publisher, all they've got is money, and that's what they do. They just pay for things that you're unwilling to pay for, and they take a cut in exchange, which is fair. But I would just say, if you want to port a game, I would recommend finding out if it's profitable first before porting it. The way to find out if it's profitable first is to release on Steam and itch.io and GOG, the PC platforms. That's because those are the easiest to build your game for. If it's profitable, then you take some of that profit and you go and you hire a console company, a porting company. I like to work with Do Games, Matt at Do Games, and he does a really good job at porting. But yeah, Kuro Atako says, how do you plan your work? And thank you, by the way, for the $5. How do you plan your work? How do you know what you're going to do every day? I'm having trouble scheduling life and work. Well, I'm a full-time developer, so this is what I do full-time. This is my job. I sit here and I rant to you guys about game development while making games. That's my job, and so I don't have to balance this job with work, but I used to have to do that when I was a graphic designer. I was a full-time graphic designer. The way that I planned my work, and it was